I am not Epstein's victim. Epstein did not introduce me to Donald Trump. I met my husband by chance at a New York City party in 1998. I have never had any knowledge of Epstein abuse of his victims. I was never involved in any capacity. I was not a participant, was never on Epstein's plane, and never visited his private island.
Melania Trump appeared and delivered a speech to the whole country. In her speech, she talked about Jeffrey Epstein, stating that she had no knowledge of his crimes and no friendship with Epstein or Maxwell, and that Epstein did not introduce Trump to her, hoping people would stop talking about any relationship between her and Jeffrey Epstein. She demanded that Congress allow all survivors, if they are willing, to testify under oath so that their testimony can be included in the official congressional record and so that they have time to tell their stories, because she said Epstein did not act alone. After Melania Trump issued the Epstein statement, Donald Trump has completely broken down. MSN reports that Trump was unaware of Melania Trump's statement before she appeared on camera.
Melania Trump gave a random impromptu address to the nation about the Epstein files. So like, wow, off the bat, what's going on? What are they doing? Are they trying to get in front of something? Is she defecting away from Trump because he tried to bury the Epstein files with the war in Iran? Or are they now trying to bury the war in Iran because that's a failure with bringing up the Epstein files? We don't know, okay? We don't know if this is Melania working with Trump in the White House to get in front of something that may drop in the coming week, or this is legitimately a schism that we now see in the Trump family. It's crazy, honestly. But the one main key takeaway from Melania Trump's address to the nation about the Epstein files is that she confirmed that there's more co-conspirators involved than those in which we know of.
Melania Trump held a press conference yesterday where she was stressing that she was not really affiliated with Jeffrey Epstein at all. The timing is kind of weird because no reporters have really been asking about that whole situation at all because of the war in Iran and the Strait of Hormuz being closed. But she came out anyway to do this press conference about this situation and to plug her book. But it's kind of strange to come out right now. I will say this much. There was a clip of the Melania movie where Trump asked her, "Did you watch it?" as in the election, and she's like, "No, I didn't. I'll see it later on the news." So there is a strong possibility that she didn't really know Jeffrey Epstein. It's like, oh, I'm at this party because my husband took me here. Or, you know, I met Ghislaine and I sent her a message just because of just being cordial because my husband brought me to this place. I met the guy and I met this woman.
Melania Trump held a surprise press conference yesterday and nobody could figure out exactly why. Now we know. A woman who says she's known Melania for 20 years just got deported by ICE, and now she is threatening to tell everything she knows about Epstein, Trump, and the First Lady. I'm Major League, and I'll give you 3 things about it.
To be clear, I never had a relationship with Epstein or his accomplice, Maxwell.
Thing number 1. A woman named Amanda Ungaro posted on X claiming she has known Melania Trump for 20 years, not casually. She says that Melania showed up every year at her house for her son's birthday. That is a close personal relationship. Ungaro was reportedly in the middle of a messy custody dispute with her ex, Paolo Zampoli. Zampoli credits himself with introducing Trump to Melania. Zampoli reportedly used his connections to the Trump family to have ICE detain and deport Ungaro.
So this afternoon, like nobody saw this coming, and I'm not being sarcastic, I'm not being snarky. Nobody saw this coming. Melania Trump, of all people, walked into the grand foyer of the White House and talked about Epstein. I thought, shh, don't talk about Epstein. Said that the lies linking her to Jeffrey Epstein need to end today. She did that unannounced. Several of her own aides didn't know what she was going to say. She said Epstein didn't introduce her to Trump. Fine. She says she's never been named in any court documents or victim statements. That's true, and it matters. But she also addressed the email, the one released by the Justice Department, written to Ghislaine Maxwell, talking about a magazine article about J.E., which is Jeffrey Epstein, one would assume, asking about Palm Beach, signed Love Melania. She called it a casual correspondence, a trivial note. And then this part. She called on Congress to hold public hearings for Epstein survivors. Democrats immediately said, yeah. So the First Lady, on the same day her husband is selling his ceasefire victory to the world, just handed the opposition a public Epstein hearing on a silver platter. I don't know what's happening in the White House, but between a misunderstanding that killed 182 people and love Melania to Ghislaine Maxwell, today is a...
Hi everyone, I'm trusting that you're all doing well today, and yes, welcome to the channel. So guys, you've seen Melania Trump has had a press conference about her not being involved with the Jeffrey Epstein. So you remember earlier on, especially this year, around January, we're talking about around December last year and the bit of January. So Jeffrey Epstein decided to expose people, and some of them are your favorite celebrities, some of them are world-renowned leaders, and their deeds, the things that they did that are like really against humanity. And some of the big names were mentioned. And right now, we know that there's a lot of chaos in USA. There's the Iran saga that is continuing. There's also the ICE deportation that is still really active. And now, in the middle of all this war, people trying to have like a diplomatic conversation, the wife to the president comes forth and decides to hold a press conference that she is not involved in the Epstein Files. So what do you think? What do you think? Is it that something else that people are like going to be shaken with, or rather something that people are not expecting is coming? Because actually thinking in that manner, because maybe Jeffrey is about to give us something that is out of this world, is about to give us like something that nobody ever thought that could have happened. And this is just a way for her to associate herself earlier, so that when it comes, it doesn't really get to her. And also, can you think about this? In the middle of all this, the world is in chaos and all that. Trump is trying to, call for a ceasefire, and the Iranian government is also hard on it. They're saying they're not relenting. All they want restoration. They want peace, restoration, respect, and apology. And then boom, your favorite first lady comes forward and gives people like a press conference. Like, what could be happening in the White House? Is there trouble in the White House? Is the president really in good terms with his wife? Because that seems like going against the president. I don't know, and I don't think Trump would rather maybe let Melania Trump to have such a conference rather. And if he could allow her to do that, it seems that there's something that is coming in, or they just want to switch people's mind from another tragedy that is about to befall the United States of America citizens. And so tell me, what do you think about this? Some other creators on this content, on this platform rather, they're not buying it. They're not really taking it seriously. And they're saying there could be more. This could be arising to something else that the world is not ready for. So what do you think about this issue? Do you think this is a genuine statement, or rather what's going on? And also, if you've been checking on this platform, there's a lady allegedly who said that she has known Melania Trump for quite some years. They did such things, and then apparently this lady has been reported that the ICE rather, has deported her back to her country. So ladies and gentlemen, just in case you're new here, you know the drill. My name is Yvonne, and welcome to being part of my online family. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And please guys, subscribe and comment below. Until next time.